Good morning. Welcome to downtown Ironton, Ohio, where it's a memorable weather day, I must say, for the 2025 157th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. Alongside me is Jason Toy on the street. So he's not necessarily right beside me, but close. And Terry Hapney. And Terry, this is our 27th year of doing this broadcast.
27 years. They've gone by so quickly, too.
We were just talking about having our pictures taken, and I said if we just had a picture of that first one from 27, and you reminded me we had a lot more hair back then.
And it was a lot darker, too.
Yeah.
The 157th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade, the theme this year, God's Grace for America. And we're right into the parade. The riderless horse, the handler, Leslie Arbold, and the horse is Rosie again for the 2025 parade. So Rosie is AKA Red 57, a 2019 world champion AQHA mare. We heard the color guard and saw the from the BFW Post 8850, the parade bugler, of course, playing taps, and the gunnery salute, the VFW Post 8850 as well. And here is Lou Piles.
Is he in shot? Is he in shot?
Oh, yeah. Got to get you back in here. Hey, Terry, Lou Piles. All right. You got another record. It seems like the last couple of years been like this.
I know. I'm so happy. I was so afraid of rain because we've had so much. So we're blessed to have weather like this today. It's cool. The sun's out. So we're all happy about it.
And they were out here. He kind of a record.
No, I know. There's just so many people. They were putting chairs up 2 days ago. And, I'm real happy about that. So I love to have a good crowd for the parade. We work hard on it, and we want everybody to enjoy it.
That's what.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I love it.
Lou, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you go.
A great lady, and very much the person who pulls everybody together and makes sure everything's working the way it should. A lot of hours.
You've heard that term, the cog that makes the wheel?
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of folks, obviously, and Lou would tell you the same thing, that a lot of folks put this thing together. This is not a one-man band by any means. Speaking of bands, we have one coming up.
We do. And in this first division, the division commanders are Brent Piles and Rich Donahue. Grand Marshal Ray Jones. And we have the Ironton High School $1 Million Marching Band coming into the camera shot. Look forward to hearing them.
Oh, okay. I love the $1 Million Band, right?
And great sound from the Ironton High School $1 Million Marching Band.
They can't wait to get home and get those boots off.
That's very true.
Yeah.
They do a lot of walking in the boots. We could borrow from Nancy Sinatra's song, these boots are made for walking.
I was immediately thinking of that song, yeah.
Hadn't heard that one in a while.
Yeah, that's up.
The honorary Grand Marshal this year, Charles Emerson Wiseman, a U.S. Navy veteran. I actually did a story on Charles for the Ironton Tribune.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah.
Very good writing. And $1 marching band is the state champion Ironton Fighting Tiger football team.
Yeah.
Check. Participating this year.
Did you ever don the uniform, JB?
Never, freshman year.
Freshman year you did, huh?
the Ironton High School varsity cheerleaders and the middle school cheerleaders.
Yeah, you'll be good there. I want you to know that I recently saw a picture of these outfits that they're wearing, and I was thinking to myself, I want that outfit.
Ah.
Can't find it in my size.
And next up we have the St. Joseph junior high and high school cheerleaders. You know, we had nice weather last year, but this is beautiful today.
I mean, you got no. I mean, you got a little haze in the cloud on the far side there, but absolutely perfectly blue sky. Perfect for the flyover whenever we get it.
Yes.
I was doing my gardening chores, which I've had a lot of opportunity to do.
Now with your new greenhouse.
Yeah, and I had the, I don't know what you call those things, but those silver big oval things that you put dirt in and plant your flowers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? What
Yeah,
they call
like the
like a garden
troughs.
container, like a trough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were building 2 troughs last night. And it started to rain, and I was like, oh, I hope this isn't the rain that's going to follow me into the parade. But here we go.
Yep.
No rain.
You know, it's funny is I thought the same thing last night too. So.
Yeah.
Brent Piles riding
Brent.
along.
And the nice thing about it too, and you guys touched on a little bit, how cool the weather. There's no humidity.
No.
It's wonderful.
It is hard to believe that we are in Memorial Day weekend and we're not sweating
Yeah.
and having all kinds of humidity.
Arthur J. Pearson, past Grand Marshal 2009. And coming into the shot here momentarily, the past Grand Marshals for the parade. Riding on the float, Connie Justice, Lori Young, Marcia Kearns, Bob Blankenship, Kaylinda Cloud, Sue Lunsford.
Know them well. They've been riding in this parade for a number of years.
They sure have.
They got a good ride.
Getting away from Sue. Always great to see Sue. We could label Sue as Ms. Ironton because she knows all the ins and outs of everything that's going on. You need a good source for a story, you contact Sue.
and she knows everything about J.B. Miller in his past.
She's going to write a tell-all book.
I know, we all can.
I'm
You
trying
get a
to keep it
chapter,
all.
I get a chapter.
I've been trying to keep it a secret. I didn't realize she knew so much.
HB Doc Riley vehicles. Disabled American veterans.
Always like this Sims Valley float every year.
Oh, yeah.
Look behind that, too, the JB, one of your favorites, the U.S. Corps of Engineers coming in. Is that Scooby-Doo in the back there? Nah, it kind of looks like Scooby.
Oh yeah.
It does a bit, yeah.
Oh yeah. Hiding in the middle there.
Yeah.
Sims Valley
If
veterans
that
honor guard.
would have been Scooby, you could have had some Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
Probably been your friend for life.
What were the ingredients for the Scooby snack? I always wondered that. Because Shaggy ate them too.
True.
And Velma could when she had her glasses on. You know? Otherwise, she couldn't see without her glasses.
Longest running continuing parade in the nation.
157 years.
As we all know, but realized that there were a few others in the country that have Memorial Day parades as well, but COVID killed the parade.
Yeah.
And here, of course, we
Kept going.
kept going. If you'll recall, our COVID parade broadcast was done from our house.
Exactly.
Zoom.
Exactly.
Yes, we zoomed that parade. It was a very small parade, and no one was along the streets either.
Had to keep the streak alive, didn't we?
Yes,
Definitely.
Yes, we did. Did it from the kitchen table, as I recall.
That seems unreal now.
Actually, I did mine from my dining room table.
Yeah. So, Jason, is everything working out while the wife's away? You getting a lot done?
Yeah, getting a lot done.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the laundry's done, put away.
Oh, that's terrific.
Kitchen's cleaned up. Well, you heard back there, that was from the Sims Valley veterans that just went by here just behind us. They did their 21-gun salute.
Good crowd on hand again this year.
I swear, driving in here, this might be a record.
I think
here.
this is the largest. I really do.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
And like Lou was saying, there were people that were here yesterday putting their chairs out along the route.
Yeah. Yeah, they come in late in the evening on the night before just to set up their chairs, in hopes that their chairs are still here. You get some nice chairs, I guess, if you came by late last night.
I mean, you think about there are 5 to 10 people deep
Yeah.
all along the route.
Yes.
It's wild.
Well, you got maybe you bring your old chair and leave it there and then
block it.
Yeah.
The United States Marine Corps celebrating 250th anniversary. We want to make mention, too, that the first division, the best theme float, the Ironton CAO,
Excellent.
is the winner of that.
Congratulations to him. A lot of work obviously involved in putting those together.
And that's the one coming in the camera shot.
By the way, speaking of chairs, Jason, I want you to know that I'm learning more and more and more about gardening, and I want you to know that if you take an old umbrella, take an umbrella that you use on your patio that is no longer of use, take the cover off and bury it into the ground and plant beans around it, you'll have a bean trellis.
The CAO float that we just saw, 67 feet long, consists of the tow vehicle plus 2 trailers, each with a different scene. Rendition of the famous Iwo Jima scene where the troops raising the American flag, the silhouettes of the troops surrounded with 2,000 pounds of limestone rocks.
Wow.
And the second item on the float, rendition of a water vessel built right here in Ironton during World War II.
Division 2 now, working our way, our second division, the Joe Williams Honorary Division. Just saw the division banner go in, and now the sound of the Rock Hill High School Band.
Yeah, great sound.
They're small but mighty, aren't they?
They sure are.
Yeah.
Great percussion, great brass, great woodwinds. And color guard.
And I was going to say, today's the day that you can wear the full uniforms and not
It'd be
feel
fun.
like you're dying.
Did you ever wear a band uniform, by the way?
I grew up my high school years in Florida.
Yeah.
You know how it is, 95 degrees, high humidity, whatever. Our school colors, when I played, we wore black uniforms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had black uniforms accented with orange and white.
Yeah.
And they were wool uniforms, really heavy.
Ooh.
And we were not ever permitted to wear shorts and T-shirts. We were full uniform.
That's all right. When JB played, they still wore leather helmets. So.
They sure
Don't
did.
forget, I was in the Ironton Junior High Warrior Marching Band.
Here we have the Rock Hill Varsity Cheerleaders 2025 State Cheer Champions.
I played a cornet, but I never blew any air into the cornet. I just stood there.
Let's hear it from the state champions.
That was great. Rock Hill High School cheerleaders.
Did you get that down? And maybe on down, you could run down and do that with them.
What colors do they wear?
We want to also welcome all the folks at Harbor Healthcare who are watching. I know that my wife's Aunt Iva is watching today too from there. So we want to give a shout out to all those fine people who live there at Harbor Healthcare.
We do apologize for those of you who were expecting a live feed today. Obviously, you're watching the pre-recorded version, but we're happy to be here. Apparently, an internet outage has caused us some issues here, but
The nature of the beast.
yeah,
Well,
we've all been involved in an internet outage.
when you get this many people all together, it's taking all the bandwidth away. So
That's true.
you know how it is. Well, your cell phone doesn't work when you go to a stadium.
Do you remember when was it West Virginia University came to Marshall and shut down the cell service?
Oh, yeah.
That day?
Yep.
That's been a while back.
That's been a long time.
Shut it down, you mean, because of all the
It
people
crippled
using
it.
it?
Nobody could do anything. They couldn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here's the middle school.
Great job. Yeah.
And, you know, when they move up to the varsity side, they already know the colors.
That's right. That's exactly right.
We kid because we love it. It's awesome.
I believe that the way they did the setup this year, like I can't get, I'm under a table and I can't get out.
Yeah.
I think they did it on purpose because they knew that I was going to jump off and try to join it.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. And I know that you'll be waiting for me to do the
Yeah, but you can't
underwear.
move.
I can't move.
Oh, okay.
So you may have to take over the underwear this year.
At least when the Shriners come, they won't be as sweaty as they normally are.
Yeah, Chris and Cameron Donahue are the division commanders for the second division, Joe Williams honorary division. And this is always a highlight. Gibbs Battery L been participating for some time. First Ohio Light Artillery of Portsmouth. Got a heavy dose of pollen in there, I think.
Well, you haven't had any of that rain to wash the pollen away.
That's true.
I love the throwback uniforms that these guys and girls have out here.
Excuse me.
The airborne reenactors that just walked by, we talked about those uniforms they had. And how about the family of Master Sergeant Michael A. Wrigley and his family walking by? The band of brothers and James Jackson and the family out here walking along. Tell you what, you know, you have a couple of times a year when, if you're a kid, you can stock up on some candy.
Yes.
This is the place to do it, I'm telling you.
Yes, yes.
Especially in the area that we are here, because you're getting them early in the parade. By the time they get to the
Get you some
backside,
double bubble, you're missing your chance. Yeah.
but by the time they get to the back end, they're usually out. So you want to get candy. This is a side
Look
you
at
want.
there.
Oh, look
Yep.
at that. That's awesome. We just got a big old thing of candy, Tootsie Rolls, Fruit Burst, everything you like,
I
baby.
expect you to eat all of that before the end of the parade.
Speaking of Harbor Healthcare of Ironton, there's their vehicle coming into the camera shot.
Not only do we appreciate all who, of course, obviously come for the parade and help the economy, but Sam's Club would also like to thank you because they sold a lot of candy. I guarantee you Sam's candy selection is low
Well,
today.
they got Memorial Day, and then they get ready for, you know, all the Christmas parades and
Yeah.
4th of July coming up parades.
Yeah.
Big handful just thrown there on the street.
And by the way, the cost of candy has gone up since our first parade.
Cost of everything's gone up.
Just want to let you know. That Tootsie Roll used to be a penny. Now I think it's about $5.
And I think it's not just the pollen. I think there's cigarette smoke too that's
Well, you've got
blowing right my way.
yeah, you've got one down there.
Yep.
Sanctuary of the Ohio Valley Veterans coming up here on the backside of the harbor, folks. And one of my favorites coming up down the road too, the Herschel Woody Williams VA Medical Center. They're all always well represented here in Ironton. Woody, I would imagine, used to bring that slingshot here, and used to ride a slingshot here in this thing too
Right,
when he was
right.
riding around.
Of which his friend Kim Wolf continues to
Yep.
take out in his honor.
Yep. Also in there, the Alfred Pest Control vehicle with Kenny Nance, a U.S. Navy veteran, on board there. And that's what you can do, is dress your kids up like a cockroach.
You can, yeah.
There you go.
We were talking about various mascots. Think about a radio station with a mascot as a cockroach.
There's the bee on the back. Hey, look, there's the bee on the back
Yeah,
of it, too.
there it is.
Wow.
You wondered where it went.
Yeah. Well, they can take care of that.
Is that bee's name Bubba? And of course, all the trash and all the excess candy, the scouts will walk back through after the parade
Yep.
and clean up the route.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Got 5 of us up here.
157 years. Think about it.
Perfect. Good man.
All the history and all the people. You could have what is that, peanut butter cheese cracker? You can have that while you do the
Yeah, I
lunch.
was
You've never done that, I don't think.
thankful we got 3 packages, so
Yeah.
we won't have to fight over them.
Which about the crackers? Yeah. And thanks to the VA folks, brought everybody koozies. So, nice cold beverages later. Is there a Memorial Day meal that you normally do when you get done here? Do you go grill out?
Well, I could let you know that Terry Hapney every year on Memorial Day leaves the parade and goes to a
I
dinner.
do. There's a Grand Marshal's float, a second division, the Ashland Eagles.
My
award winner?
wife is actually working today, so I'm going to go home and probably make a peanut butter sandwich.
You could crash the family gathering. You're welcome. You could actually do your little anecdote that you do every year in person.
Yeah.
Your anecdote. All right, does that mean you're getting too predictable?
Like clockwork, every holiday at the family gathering, he sends us little humorous
I
stories.
send a humorous story.
Yeah.
You always,
Because everybody comes to that house to eat. I said, they're a bunch of freeloaders.
And they
You
cut
get-
traffic up.
you get stories. I get pictures sent to me, like hilarious pictures all the time.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe we're rolling through all the Division III here. Of course, the River Run of Cold Grove and the family of PFC Carl Malone and Private Gene Forth. The vehicles coming here. Got the first of our classic cars coming in
Beautiful.
here, too.
Yeah. What, you want a bag of chips, JB? Is that what you're...
Oh, he's wanting the Rice Krispie treat.
Didn't even look our way.
I know.
Went right by with Krispy treats. Did not even look at us.
That was a missed marketing opportunity for them.
Good looking Chevy Bel Air making its way across.
Beautiful.
So we're talking about with Gene Forth here, Private Gene Forth.
U.S. Army.
You got World War II veteran Harold Pancake and Kenny Pancake. And the family of veteran Tom Williams.
It's a classic Chevy truck. Never seen one of those
Little
in a long
S10.
time.
Little
Yeah.
S10, yeah. You know what's funny is you see all these old classic S10s now, and what they're being used for is on drag strips.
Oh,
The people are drag
yeah.
racing them a lot more now.
That puts a cap on the second division. We're in the third division. The division is commanded by Lou Piles and Michael DeLong, along with Laura Brown. The third division banner carried by the Scouts, Troop 106, and Pack 106 here in Ironton. Mayor Sam Kremblick. Jason Toy's going to chat with him for a moment. Ironton Mayor.
We got Mayor Sam Cramble in here, and real quick, we'll see if we can stretch it out here. All right, Mayor, you did a good job. Another Chamber of Commerce day for us.
Yes, great day amongst a bunch of legends here. I've got Captain Freddie Hayes, Brandon McGuire, legendary Army sniper, and Ironton City Councilman Jacob Hawk, and we're thrilled to be here and see the turnout, the weather, having such a great day.
Gotta watch out for these guys in the front up here.
Yeah, I know, that's why they're my bodyguards.
Good job, Mayor Sam Cramble. Gentlemen, see you, Brian. Great job.
The Ironton City Police Department.
Sam looks like he's been pumping some iron.
When he's hanging around with Brandon and those guys. When you're hanging around with Brandon and those guys in there, you got to keep up. So
The family of George Patterson, U.S. Marine Corps, 1958 to 1961, longtime commissioner here, if I recall correctly,
True.
in Lawrence County. Judge Sanders, probate juvenile court.
I did notice, by the way, that the mayor's vehicle did not have a sign specifying that he was the mayor.
Well, that's probably by design from some, because you're not going to appease everybody.
I was going to say, like, maybe next year you could get up an hour early and get your crayons out. You know, maybe make him. Apparently, he was too busy to make the sign.
Judge Andy Ballard.
If you would have stepped in, say, he would have had a sign, and people would have known who that was. So.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Hey, good to see you.
Have some fun. It's Memorial Day.
I've interviewed Brigham Anderson a time or two, Lawrence County prosecuting attorney.
Have they called you a lot before, or the prosecuting attorney's office?
I've called him.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I've called him as a central news source. And he's always accessible, always gets
That's
back to
good,
me
man.
very quickly.
Lori Morris, the recorder.
I like that costume.
Jason, you could
like
borrow
that.
that next year. That would be fantastic. I would pay. I will buy that outfit. I will buy that from her.
Luckily,
I'll call Lori tomorrow, see if we can get.
Can they make
you
one
wear
that tall, though? That's the thing.
but the thing is, though, it's a great thing about being the size that JB is. He's about 4 inches taller than I am. There's a lot of mascots that can fit us. And anytime I've designed a mascot for a radio station, I've made sure I can't wear it.
That's right.
Probably a
Lawrence
good
County
idea.
Auditor, Paul David Nip.
They've come a long way, I'll say, in the mascots and various things. I remember Speedway, of course, which used to be Super America, and they had the Super America Man, and the outfit that it wore had a fan in it.
Oh,
Had
okay.
a fan that kept you cool. And then, if you'll recall, there was a cow at one time. The place we were working, there was a cow, and it had an ice pack vest.
We had the ice vest and the headband,
You
too.
actually had a vest that you froze in the freezer and you wore it.
Here's the 3rd Division Parade Commander Float Award winner, Bethesda Services. Thank you to all who serve. God's Grace for America, the theme for the 157th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade.
It's a good looking float. A lot of time in that one.
You know, I was just thinking, this event, you know, we're here to commemorate the memory of men and women who died while serving our country. We also have all the celebratory aspects of it. Jason was talking about the family gatherings and, you know, sprucing up your lawn and taking pride in the community. But it's also, if you think about it, it's a really good event for dentists.
Yeah.
Dentists. I mean, you get
all the candy.
eat all this candy, and then you got to go to the dentist.
Well, you get the kids with the cavities, but you get the older folks with a broken tooth. So
Yeah, the crown just pops
Crown
right
pop,
out.
yep.
You know.
Well, the broken
Get a
teeth.
Tootsie Roll.
The broken tooth would be from the ones doing the flip that accidentally hit the pavement.
Here we have the WITO entry, 12:30, with the Wolf. And I want to make mention, riding along in these vehicles for WITO is Helen Saunders, who's 98 years old.
Wow.
She's famous for her apple pies, has worked at the Lawrence County Health Department, the Auditor's Office, Man's Market, Cook's Farm Center, Wilson Sporting Goods, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and many schools and nursing homes in Lawrence County. Helen has outlived 3 siblings, a husband, and 1 child, and they tell me she's currently single. So,
All right.
currently single, right?
yep. First parade she's ever been in.
Let's grab Sheriff Lawless here with us. Sheriff, you've done another good one here. I tell you what, we got a record crowd, it seemed like, out here today.
This is awesome. Great weather. Couldn't be better weather and great crowd. So what a tradition, and we thank all the veterans that made this possible.
And thanks to all you guys, because you got to keep all these people in check.
That's true. And a lot of hard work goes into putting this parade together and making sure everybody can stay safe.
All right, Chief, appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, there you go. Sheriff Jess Lawless with us. And
We appreciate the fact that he blacked his tires.
oh, yeah,
In the parade.
little armor all on there, right?
Yeah.
Here we come. It looks like an endless sea of law enforcement lights.
And by the way, we should specify the fact that a lot of these vehicles and a lot of these floats obviously went through a good car wash and a wax yesterday.
They did.
Because you don't want to drive a dirty car in the Ironton Memorial Day Parade.
Yep.
Exactly.
So we have the Lawrence County Sheriff we just chatted with, the Ohio State Highway Patrol participating, Hanging Rock Police, South Point, Cold Grove, Proctorville, Chesapeake, Kentucky State Police, Cabell County Sheriff's Department, Ashland, Russell Police Departments, Boyd County Sheriff's Department, Boyd County 911, Greenup County Police Department, Flatwoods, Kentucky Dare Vehicle, and then some of the ambulance services throughout Lawrence County and the region too. Dawson Bryant Local Schools. Resource officers.
You know, had the Ironton Fighting Tigers that came by earlier, football team, state champions, all that deal, and their schedule. You know, they are handing out copies of their schedule out there, and they did a good job in getting this quickly printed because they actually lost one of their teams they're playing early last week in Cabell Midland, dropping out. So, yeah, there's speculation about where they may have to go for this next game. So, all I can say is maybe get ready for a road trip.
Yeah. Here's Lawrence County Public Library. We want to mention some of the sponsors of this webcast. Be Hope Church. Everyone belongs at Be Hope Church. Sunday gatherings 11, including nursery and kids. Middle schoolers, high schoolers hang out at Be Hope. Students every Wednesday night at 7. Celebrate Recovery at Be Hope meets every Thursday at 6. Find healing for your hurts, habits, and hang-ups at Celebrate Recovery at Be Hope Church. It's in downtown Ironton, South 3rd, between the Rone Theater and Unger's Shoes. You can check it out, behope.church. Be Hope Adventure Camp is June 28th at Lake Vesuvius for grades K through 6. To learn more, behope.church/events.
You know, one of the nice things about all the police officers that are lined up here with us today, I didn't see any of them on 52 heading this way, so that made me a little bit quicker to work my way down.
That'd be the time to travel.
It would be. No, they all do a great job.
Not that we would ever.
No.
Not that we would
They
ever.
all do a great job. They're and honestly, to be honest with you, they're very, very fair, which is really nice. So.
Yep. Another sponsor of the webcast, Cub Scout Pack 106. Ages kindergarten through 4th grade. Swimming, fishing, hiking, and camping for boys and girls. Go to Cub Scout Pack 106 Facebook page and get registered today.
Got all the fire trucks lined up there. Always get well represented. This is the section where the headache starts to build up a little bit from all the noise, right?
That's very true. I can remember one time years ago, talking about marching bands, we were marching in the Labor Day parade in Catlettsburg was always a really big deal.
Yeah.
And the fire trucks, they were blaring the sirens nonstop, and there were all these letters of the editor of the Ashland newspaper complaining about that. Another sponsor, the Scout Troop 106 here in Ironton, celebrates 95 years of service. Young men and women who want to learn outdoor skills and leadership, join Troop 106. Go to Scout Troop 106 Facebook page, get registered today. The Shakery is also a sponsor, serving classic eats and summer treats. Footlong hot dogs with homemade sauce, fresh patty burgers, hand-spun shakes, flurries, and more. The Shakery operates in Ironton across from OU, Liberty Avenue in South Point where the snack shack used to be. The Shakery strawberry shortcake's back for the summer. Visit the Shakery of Ironton today after the parade for your favorite summer treats. Memorial Day hours 10:30 to 4 in Ironton. And the Iron Diner is a sponsor. Looking for a quaint local Ironton restaurant? Check out the Iron Diner inside the Ironton City Building here on South 3rd. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 2. Closed today. Iron Diner favorites the Reuben sandwich on marbled rye, pig iron burger with cheese and bacon, and club melt on Texas toast.
And I want to let Robbie know I'm sorry that he's closed today because last year they were open and I got a sandwich.
You did, yeah, that's right.
I believe we had
you
a hot
ate
dog.
it on the air.
Yeah, I believe we had a hot dog last year.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that since your wife was working, so you got a free sandwich last year? Is that what it was?
I want to congratulate my wife, 44 years, by the way, at King's Daughters, and she is heading for retirement.
When's the big day?
And when you have retirement, you are not allowed to take your final 2 weeks of vacation. You have to take your vacation and then work. So she's had 3 weeks of vacation. She's been home for 3 weeks. She's working for the next 3. Then has a few days off, works a couple of more, and done. So I think it's June 15th.
Now,
she'll be home all the time.
Now, Terry, we need to put pressure on JB here because this is a big deal for Sandra in the retirement. Yeah. He needs to do something big for her. He needs to get her a big present, big something.
I did. Yeah. We went to Clearwater. I took her to Clearwater, and she has a greenhouse.
And for her sanity, he's going to be going to a new studio.
Exactly.
Out of the house.
He's getting out of the house.
So she's glad about that, I bet.
For the past 6 months, we've been broadcasting a radio show from our home. And so you would probably even talk louder, but you can't because you don't want to wake your wife up down the hall. So you've talked almost in a whisper. So it will be very interesting. And I haven't, by the way, worn shoes in 6 months. So it'll be a little bit different when we move to our new studios in downtown Ashland.
Well, and the nice thing about it is that folks can come by every morning, knock on the window and wave at you and see you in there and bring you donuts.
Right? And check to see if I actually have...
see if you want them to bring you breakfast. Is that what you want to?
There should be like a kind of like a drive-through
window.
Yeah,
like the bank. You just open that little drawer, comes out.
Open the chute, bring the donuts.
Oh shoot! But you did talk a little bit about your station and about your show.
No, that's true.
You haven't said anything.
Yeah,
this is all new.
Yeah,
we've all got new things going on now.
Hank FM, WLGC, we got that, and folks here in Ironton, we got something very special coming here very soon. Matter of fact, hopefully this week you'll hear something new on the airwaves.
106.7.
At 106.7. It's WIRO. That's right. So looking forward to that. And we got some other big announcements with that radio station coming up very soon that folks here in Ironton are absolutely going to love across the region.
And Terry Hapney has a brand new job as well.
That's right. Shawnee State.
Yeah, after spending a total of 20 years at Marshall, 3 as a graduate assistant and 17 as a faculty member, I've made the move to Shawnee State for a full professorship in marketing and management. So I finished up at Marshall officially May the 9th, started at Shawnee State May the 12th.
Congratulations.
And he says he still has a little bit of time to do some part-time radio news.
And you know what, though? You have Dr. Terry Hapney, and it's like there's a 3X. For 3 times he's become a doctor. Uh-oh, got the water gun.
We have a friend of the family calling me Double D. Double D.
Double doctoral.
Yeah. That's Joanne. We'll have to give a shout out to Joanne.
Uh-huh.
Perry Township folks waving at us.
And they're still rounding the corner, and all these beautifully shined up fire trucks continue. 157 years of the Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. God's Grace for America, this year's theme. Grand Marshal Ray Jones, Parade Commander Lou Piles.
Was I a little bit? Did we already have the flyover today? Or was I hadn't seen that.
I
I
never
don't think we had one.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I would think I would have heard that one.
Yeah.
Well, and generally when they do it, they it's kind of a courtesy thing. They come this way because they fly over a couple other places
Right.
around, so they're bouncing around a little bit.
Fire departments participating: Proctorville, Hamilton Township, Cold Grove, Flatwoods, Rome, Decatur, Perry, Greene, South Point, Fayette Township, Windsor Township, Lawrence, Worthington, Upper, Elizabeth, Ade, Russell, Huntington, a couple of antiques, 1928 vintage fire truck from South Point, 1953 fire truck from the Huntington Fire Department.
You know, it's obviously a big weekend, a Memorial Day weekend, and obviously celebration of all those that we've lost and remembering all those, and, you know, obviously supporting the military that we've got today. And, you know, it's the one great thing on Sunday. You know, you've always got a lot of racing. You know, we had that yesterday at the Indy 500. One of the coolest things, and I've been around racing for a long time, one of the coolest things I saw yesterday was on the pace lap. They brought 2 Black Hawk U.S. Army helicopters that were hovering just above the crowd, and they paced the field around the racetrack twice.
That's cool.
2.5 miles.
Who won the Wienermobile race, by the way?
The Slaw Dog won it.
All right.
The Slaw Dog made a pass coming off of turn 4.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, that was Friday, I believe. Friday was.
Yep, and Alex Pillow won the Indy 500 yesterday. It was a pretty cool deal. And then
did Tom Brady have a car?
Tom
in it?
Brady rode in a 2-seater, pacing the field with Jimmy Johnson driving it.
And got booed.
Yeah, got booed when he got introed.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then last night, the Coke 600, the one that goes from daytime deep into the night, it was Ross Chastain picking up the win last night.
I know we have several vintage trucks.
Yeah.
I wonder if this one is. That's the one from South Point, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep. There's one of the vintage trucks is a Ford. Is that a Ford? I can't tell.
Yes, it is. It is a Ford. Yep.
95 years ago, saved the lives of many, brought hope and joy to all who saw it coming. Now, nearly 100 years later, fully restored fire truck saving lives by raising funds for the eradication of drugs in the community.
I see that.
Collecting clothing
That
for
was still
children,
working?
clean drinking water, rehabilitation, hand crank start, original 40 horsepower motor, and 24 karat gold trim and a water pump out of a battleship.
Well, and they just told me when they went by, the old truck and the new one is trailing it, the new South Point truck.
Yeah.
Said that one, still use it for parades. It can still pump water.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Well, they call it Noah's Ark is the name of the truck.
By the way, if you've ever wanted to see a fire truck, this is your division.
Yeah.
And they keep on coming. Keep on coming. All right, so I saw a survey this morning. I got up early, did a little workout. I'm sitting at the gym and looking at TV while I'm working out. And they had did a poll on what the food is that's preferred on Memorial Day. Obviously, hamburger and hot dog, 1 and 2. Are you a hamburger or hot dog guy on Memorial Day weekend?
I would go with the hot dog with the shakery sauce.
Oh, I like coleslaw too at the Shakery. Yeah,
I've not had the Shakery before.
it's good.
On your way out of town, they're open till 4.
Got to try them out.
They're one of the sponsors of this.
I grew up in the neighborhood when it was originally the Shake Shop.
Yep.
Before changing over, and just as good.
They serve breakfast till 10:30 every day. Classic breakfast favorite.
I grew up on eating those hot dogs all my life.
But have you had
that's what made me the big boy.
Have you had a Shakery of Ironton Smurf soft serve?
Today's the day.
Yeah, today's the day. Yeah.
So if I go in there and say, hey, I just got done working with J.B. Miller, will that get me anything?
I don't know. Here's the problem about eating the Smurf ice cream is that I told you the greenhouse, of course, and my wife wanted to put Adirondack chairs in front of it, and we had them. We already had them in the yard that were under a tree.
Yeah.
So we repainted them and put them in front of the greenhouse. I went to sit down in it, and I found out that I'm whiter than the opening for sitting in the around deck. So I probably ought to back off the Smurf.
So what that means is we need to measure ourselves before we go to his house because we won't have any place to sit down, right?
I thought he was going to say he didn't let the paint dry. And
No. Although that happened once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We were going on a Myrtle Beach vacation. My parents, they take us on vacation. We stopped at south of the border. You familiar with that?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay, south of the border when you're going to the beach. And we stopped and we were going to get our pictures taken on the wall, I guess, of the south of the border. And we did. We sat on the wall and got our pictures taken only to find out they had just painted the wall. and I went on into the beach yellow. My whole back was yellow. That's my memory of south of the border.
And as a kid, you remember always driving down 95, you see the signs every mile, and you're like, Dad, we got to stop. We got to go to this place.
Oh, yeah.
And I convinced my parents to stay there one night.
Now, let me ask this. You grew up in Florida, right?
Yes.
So if you, like for us, we go on vacation and you want to go to the beach. A lot of people here obviously go to Myrtle, although some go to Florida. But if you live in Florida, where do you go on vacation?
Well, back in the old days when I was in high school and whatsoever, when it was not as populated with everybody from the north coming down and taking over everything, we had our own private beaches that we would go to that wouldn't be a lot of folks. So we'd go and enjoy it without the crowds. Well, now those beaches have all crowded over and there's no place to go. So most of the folks in Florida now will go skiing somewhere to try to go to the mountains or go to snow.
Yeah.
So I always have folks that I grew up with asking me about skiing in West Virginia and whatsoever, where do they go? And they ask for recommendations all the time. I know in my deal when I was in high school, I went to North Carolina to see my best friend who was in school at Charlotte. We went whitewater rafting. So that was my escape.
All right, yeah.
But the bad thing about it is I've been up here, not bad thing about it, it's a great thing. I've been here longer than I ever lived in Florida.
Is that right?
Yeah. So I'm officially, I guess, a tri-stater.
Yeah. Dan, do you have any family left in Florida?
Stepmom, stepbrother down there.
Okay.
Actually, mother-in-law, father-in-law still down there. It is a minion.
Long division.
Oh, yeah. Why is that minion holding a banana? One of the cool fire trucks coming there. Always, obviously we know from red fire trucks or whatever. I love it when you get certain towns do different colors. Got a black one coming up here in just a bit. I always think it's kind of cool looking to look at.
A black fire truck.
Yeah. And of course over in Huntington they got a green one from Marshall.
That's true. You think it's only a matter of time before we get an Ironton Fighting Tiger?
I'm surprised we don't have one already.
Yeah, it's got to be on the list.
South Charleston, West Virginia. They're the Black Eagles. Their fire trucks are black and gold, black and orange.
And don't forget the state of Ohio, the Department of Highways, I believe, does a snowplow every year of a certain school or different schools where you can paint the,
We have
paint the plow.
the Youth Float Award winner, the Royersville Church, and its theme is camp. So that's a beautiful float there.
These look pretty cool. Got all the animals on it, got the fire, and there's a Sasquatch in the tent right there staring at me, JB. It's kind of scary, honestly.
It kind of looks like JB.
Yeah, it does look at JB in the morning.
Cold Grove Fire Department Auxiliary. As the 4th Division continues in the 157th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade, the parade theme, God's Grace for America.
Y'all don't mind if I eat a Tootsie Roll, do you? What I worry about is I'll be right in the middle of this thing and I'll have to speak.
As long as you don't have dentures or a partial, you'll be okay, I think.
Well,
Yep.
We are getting to the end of Division 3. Union Township. See, here's the black, the gray, and the red.
That is
Good looking fire truck.
and by the way, 3 people in yellow shirts with candy. Just want to let you know they're on their way.
You're just waiting for Texas Roadhouse to come by with peanuts for you and rolls, right?
Yeah, roll, yeah.
They have rolls?
Yeah. Oh, buddy Ish.
One of these Ish is going to hook you up and get you just a big old box of rolls.
Well, I keep hoping that maybe this is the year they just give me a whole tray. That way I can go home. Actually, I'd like a big box of the peanuts. I'll see what I can do.
Here at the very end, we have the Civic Float Award winner, the Nurse Honor Guard. You know, back in the old days, you knew exactly when you were looking at a nurse. Now today, there's so many different colors of scrubs, you have to have a chart to understand who's who.
Division 4 headed our way. The Ernie Jones Honorary Division. And the South Point Marching Band breaking the way down the street here towards us.
And Greg and Ella Jones, Division Commanders.
The Band of Gold. What instrument did you play, JB?
Cornet.
Ah, okay. They didn't think with your size you carried the drums?
But when we sold the cornet after my career was over, when we sold the cornet, it was like brand new because I never played. I just held it up there.
I'll say, were you one of the fake ones that just kind of looked like you were playing?
Yeah, you just moved the keys and acted like you were playing in the parades.
Elite Welding Academy.
So far, I've had a pack of crackers, a Tootsie Roll, and a Smartie. What a breakfast.
We saw Holiday here. They're a moment ago after the South Point High School Marching Band.
I'm trying to save room for those rolls and peanuts.
Folks from People's Bank.
Lawrence County Developmental Disabilities. We want to make mention, too, that we have very little content from those who entered into the parade this year. So
True.
If you are wondering about some of the entries, we have some information. We have zero information for others, too. So we try to do our best to promote what we have.
I don't know if you've noticed or not. Maybe it's just me. But have you noticed that all these people with candy over the years have come by and they've leaned in and they've dropped candy off?
Right.
And with Jason standing here,
yep.
I have watched over 3 or 4 people with candy simply walk by and they don't even look our way.
Well, that's a shame.
Jason, are you blocking out our candy?
Yeah.
I guess.
Hey, here's another one going by right there. See,
yeah.
See, did he offer to give you a double bubble? No double bubble.
God bless the USA instrumental.
Yeah.
Folks from Active Day making their way by. And
We could sing along. We can harmonize, three-part
Are
harmony.
we assuming that Lee Greenwood is out there playing somewhere?
I'll bet so.
Sugar Creek Christian Academy.
Yep. We have Sims Creek Restoration Committee. Keep our creeks clean.
So this year's theme, God's Grace for America.
Beautiful theme.
Yeah,
Yep.
gotta like that.
He wanted to be on the news. I want to mention again our sponsors, Be Hope Church, Cub Scout Pack 106, Scout Troop 106, the Shakery, and the Iron Diner. All sponsors of the webcast.
And that means that those are the folks responsible for our airing of this parade. We again apologize for those that were expecting to watch it live, as internet issues have caused a problem there. But we're happy to get the replays. And what makes great about a replay is you can watch it as many times as you want.
You can, that's right.
The Barker Shop. Gotta like it. It's got a rolling dog.
Oh, that's from
That's pretty
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumber, yes,
Dumb and Dumber.
exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's very clever.
So Dr. Dave Lucas shared with me that 192,000 people, that many views for last year's parade.
Wow.
Been as high as 210,000. King's Daughters Medical Center, UK King's Daughters.
Dog bone. I'm not eating that, by the way.
So is Sandra, your wife, ever, since she works at King's Daughter, she ever walked in the parade?
She would be working today, so that would be impossible. But
Well, maybe next year she can actually come enjoy the
well,
parade.
then she'd be retired, so she probably wouldn't want to.
But she can come hang out with us, right?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Next year we might have microphones that the the extra mics. Listen, by doing the radio show from the house, she pops in occasionally just to say hello. I can't even get her to speak. So
Nice breeze for the flags. Coming into the camera shot now, the Lawrence County Museum and Historical Society. It's their float. It's a wagon that came across the mountains and through Cumberland Gap in 1840. They settled in Kentucky, kept the wagon for years and years afterwards, gave it to Bob Rader, who was a director at OU Southern. When he retired, his wife took it to the Ironton-Lawrence County Museum and Historical Society. Her name is Kay Rader, and that's where they have it now.
185 years old. Wow.
And the president, Nicole Cox, of the museum, and Peggy Karshner, the vice president of the museum, riding along.
Got our Miss Twirls coming through here. Savannah Henry, the first one up.
Addison Christian.
I will not ever
Coral.
be able to sit on the top of a car
Again?
again.
He can't sit in the chairs at his house. He can't sit on top of a car.
I'm feeling like I would cave the hood in, or the roof.
Emma Ellswick, Miss Twirl 2025. Power Platinum Photogenic Dance Machine is what's on the sign. That's a nice Plymouth.
Yeah.
Retta Lee.
Beautiful cars. I see some beautiful trophies. I got a trophy once. I ever tell you that story? 1971. Baseball. I was playing baseball.
Yeah.
I was on a baseball team. Citizens Bank. I was on the Citizens Bank team. We won the championship, and they gave out the trophies, and all the people on my team made fun of me because I never played, but I got a trophy. So you know what they call that? That's the participation
So,
trophy.
Sophia Freeman, Miss Twirl, Cindy Studio.
McKinley Malone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was out playing baseball in 1971. My mom was feeding me a bottle.
I was a twinkle in my mom's eye.
Oh, yeah. Well, it catches up with you. Don't rush it. You know, like people like on a Monday, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till Friday.
Savannah Vodders, Miss Ohio team.
Please hurry up and get to Friday. I can't wait for the weekend where you're just wishing your life away when you do that.
Hey, here comes the Texas Roadhouse float, JB.
Oh, that's what we've been waiting for.
Kamaya Wells, Miss Ohio Junior Team 2025.
His name is Ish. Could you go up to the door? Could you go to the door and say, JB needs a box of peanuts? I'm sure he'll take
And
care of
a
it.
couple of rolls with cinnamon butter.
Couple of
right?
rolls. That's all I ask for in life.
So you may try to get something out of this for you, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It's all about me. Yeah, it's all about me.
What's up, Ish? So JB says he needs a box of peanuts and a whole thing of tray of rolls.
This lady got them right
Thank you.
Oh, hooking it up. Thank you, Ish.
Yeah. Very nice. Courtesy of Texas Roadhouse.
No rolls today, though.
Don't see any.
See, now that you've had that.
You sure? What's in that basket?
Hey,
What's in that? Go over there, Jason. What's in that basket?
Oh, peanuts.
More
More
peanuts.
peanuts.
Oh, okay.
see, now that you've had the Tootsie Roll, you just have a little bit of chocolate in there, and you have chocolate peanuts. Yep.
They do have gift cards for appetizers.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You should have just jumped on the back of Ish's truck and went on down.
Santa J.
I like the blue and white coat.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's another outfit we can get you for next year.
That's some great music.
What's that? Yeah, that outfit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this year, the thing is that I would get that next year. It'll be 102 degrees out here.
Oh yeah.
true.
Oh yeah.
That is true.
Clark's Pumpkin Shops.
We haven't seen Tony Cavalier yet with the weather report.
Yeah.
No, wait. I saw Joseph Payton,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, I was waiting for Joseph to look our way so I could say hi, and he totally ignored us again. We're getting ignored by the candy people and Joseph Payton at WSBT. Could you, if Tony comes by, could you investigate that?
Yeah.
I thought we were close personal friends.
I thought we were too.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of candy, and I see some bubbles, so blowing bubbles. Greater Faith Apostolic Church. Vehicles and walkers. 157th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. God's Grace for America.
And with you is Jason Toy, J.B. Miller, and Terry Hapney. And we are pleased to be with you on this beautiful Monday morning.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for much better.
Bringing the crowds to downtown Ironton.
Yep.
And then following the parade, of course, the cleanup begins, which is done by local scout troops.
A little bit of pleurisy from the cigarette smoke and the pollen, right?
Yeah, I don't actually know why, but apparently the front of our broadcast apparently is the smoking section.
Must be
Here at the Memorial Day Parade. I've noticed that everyone sitting in front of us is having a cigarette.
Yeah, and the wind's just blowing it right our way. It really is. That's the first in 27 years.
I think it
I've
is.
never had to.
I think it is. And we're not talking like one person. We're talking like this the entire group.
I've never.
Hey, Jeff. How are you, buddy? Good to see you, brother. Looking good.
Do we have health coverage with these duties? Does that come with it? 'Cause I'm going to have to file a claim, I think.
Maybe next year we can get a fan that blows the other way.
Yeah, that puts a cap on the 4th Division. We're in the 5th Division. Chad Pemberton, the division commander. Of course, Troop and Pack 106 of the Scouts are carrying all the division banners, as they always do.
So next year we have to put in for a new mic cable and the no smoking signs put up around our booth.
Good grief. Or we can extend the perimeter of our yellow tape. The caution tape.
I got to say, it is pretty strong.
We could put you on a bubble, if you want to do that. We could put you up in the window up top up here.
Or we can have one of those,
Yeah.
one of those lifts that lifts you way up in the air.
If you put me in the window up there, I could do it barefooted, right? Just like I do the radio
Just like you
show.
do home, right?
Yeah.
This is the division all the kids enjoy, too, the Shriners. I can't say enough good about Shriners. Our daughter's had 9 surgeries. She'll be 21 this summer. And her surgeon moved from Cincinnati Children's to Dayton Children's to Shriners, and it's just a wonderful organization.
Yes, it is.
We had no clue, but the El Hasa Shrine of Ashland in the shot right now. We go to get ready to go to lunch, and they say, "Oh, by the way, your lunch is paid for by the El Hasa Shrine."
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Very, very nice. But
They do a lot of great work.
They do.
Besides their great work in parades. Got to realize that there are a number of parades over the years and over the year,
Yeah.
and these guys are a part of many of them.
Yeah. The potentate.
J.L. Mick.
All right, JL. Get you in the camera here. You're not dancing this time. What's up?
Well, I took a year off, but I'll tell you I'll be back next year, and I'm looking forward to this parade. This is the best group of people. 157 years running. I can't wait to get back next year.
Well, you know, next year it'll be 102 degrees when you do that,
I
right?
can't wait.
Hey, thanks for all you guys do. We were just sitting there talking about the great things you guys do.
Thanks for everything and all the support from Ironton and all the tri-state area. Thank you, everything, and I appreciate everybody.
Folks need to come see you in Waverly, right?
Come and see me in Waverly.
There you go. J.L. Mick up there with us, taking care of us.
The El Hasa Shrine Color Guard, the Shriner Hospital bands, which heard from the potentate, past potentate car, Oriental bands on the way, hillbilly cars and trucks too.
Jason, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but there's several Tootsie Rolls right in front of you.
There's like 100 of them out here.
Yeah.
Like cicadas.
They threw candy, and then it's...
Yeah, you don't want to, of course today it wouldn't work really, but if it was a typical parade weather-wise, you'd step in that, you'd be trying to get that off your shoe for a week.
Melted,
Yeah. We want to recognize our sponsors one more time. Be Hope Church. Everyone belongs at Be Hope. Sunday gatherings 11, nursery and kids. Middle schoolers, high schoolers hang out at Be Hope. Students every Wednesday at 7. Celebrate Recovery, meeting every Thursday at 6. Be Hope Church in downtown Ironton, South 3rd between the Rone Theater and Unger's Shoes. It's behope.church on the web. Adventure Camp is June 28th at Lake Vesuvius for grades K through 6th. Learn more at behope.church/event.
Yep, Cub Scout Pack 106, by the way, for ages kinder through 4th grade, swimming, fishing, hiking, and camping for boys and girls. You just go to Cub Scout Pack 106 Facebook page and register for, obviously, Cub Scout Pack 106.
And Scout Troop 106 here in Ironton, celebrating 95 years of service. Young men and women who want to learn outdoor skills and leadership, join Troop 106. Go to Scout Troop 106 Facebook page and register today.
You gotta love the El Hasa train here, realizing it is a Kubota tractor.
Oh.
And they've outfitted with the train deal on. That's pretty neat.
That is cool. And that's a familiar cadence we hear every year.
You hear it in your head when you go home.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I haven't seen one cicada yet this morning. You would think we'd have a cicada or two.
Not enough
The
trees.
cigarette smokes keep you away. Oh, shoot.
You know, it's one thing I love when the El Hasa guys come by here in the Shriners. I'm trying to work out to feel a little bit better. These guys, I can blend right in with them perfectly.
Yeah,
You know?
we all three of us good. Yeah. Here come your panties.
Just want to warn you, the panties are coming up. Now's your opportunity, Jason.
I'm good.
Oh, shoot. Remember the one year you asked if they'd laundered them?
Yeah.
Have you washed those yet?
Every year they get washed and put away. Fresh and clean. Oh, shoot. We've got a good picture. If you're talking about pictures, we got a good picture.
I remember that.
Funny to use that in all the radio station
Promotional marketing material.
material.
Yeah. I think that'd be good.
I have we have a buddy of ours, Big John, I always like to use whenever I had promotional things for him. Was him poking his head outside of a Porta-John. Oh, yeah. So that was always his promotional one.
John in a job, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
I remember years ago listening to Key, and the announcer came on and said, that was Olivia Newton bathroom. I can't remember who said it.
Was that you, JB?
It might have been.
I grew up listening to him, so. Oh, shoot. Oh, please don't squirt over this way. Keep it that way, guys.
Caught the pillow pet.
So far, we've never been sprayed, so I'm not going to say never.
Oh, jinx us.
Yeah, that's right. Oh.
Technical equipment.
Yeah, technical equipment. I jinxed it. Yep. I jinxed it. That would have felt good during some of these parades, but not today.
28 years, 28 years without a bath at the parade, and I get it today.
Yep.
Wow, Jason, you got soaked. I believe there was some reprieve there though, because I believe the smokers out front, you put all their cigarettes out.
It did. She's chewing gum now. Oh shoot.
Oh God.
And I'm not trying to poke fun, but that bottom jaw's coming way up over the nose.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh shoot. You know, we had for years and years and years, we had Sugar Daddy over here to the left.
Yeah.
A little thin guy with the yellow Sugar Daddy shirt.
Somebody who wore a Sugar Daddy shirt every year.
Now we
That's
have
great time.
now we have some folks who smoke and chew chewing gum. Yep. And that takes us into the 6th division, right?
Yep.
6th division.
How many total divisions are there this
Sally
year?
Inglis, division commanders. So we have 10 divisions today. And we'll start this division with one of our marching bands. And the Green High School Marching Band. No, I'm sorry. Sims Valley High School Marching Band. Green's coming up here soon, so let's listen to Sims Valley.
Okay, we talked about small but mighty.
Yep.
That's even smaller.
Yep, they sound great.
Tell you what, one of the things when they go on bus trips, everybody's got their own rows to work out with, right?
Yeah, that's true. Sims Valley High School Marching Band, now the Yvonne Decay School of Dance celebrating 60th anniversary. They're lighting up some more cigarettes over here to our right.
Oh, I see that.
Gotta give a
They're both going to start together.
Yep.
Thanks, Jason. We can interview them.
Where's that water hose when we need it, right?
Well, the other thing about it, you got your buddies from WSAZ making their way down here.
Right.
And what were you supposed to ask when the WSAZ comes up?
Where's Tony?
No, why did...
Why did Joseph for not filming?
Yeah.
I just saw one of my colleagues from Shawnee State, Jim Renault, who teaches in the School of Business, the Lute School of Business.
Hey, Tony's walking this year. How about that, huh?
A great day for a walk.
Yeah.
Don't ask him about the weather. He's probably getting really...
You know, actually, here comes Joseph right now. You may say, how come you didn't film him?
Exactly.
So is this his second time through?
Well, this is the one. He's walking to the parade. Before he was just filming.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
Pulling double duty.
And another Ironton native from Channel 3 there, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
See him in the morning.
Yeah.
Most people don't see him, though, because they're listening to me on Hank FM. Or maybe they're doing both. Maybe you have the TV on and the radio.
All right, we'll see what we got going on here.
The feet.
And here's Tony Cavalier from WSEZ3.
What's going on, man? How are y'all doing? All right, so JB Miller's got one complaint. Joseph came down here filming and never shot a picture of the Legend of Ironton.
No.
Don't want to break that camera.
I thought
His voice is the legend, not that face.
That is so
It's
true.
great to be here today. These guys, they keep Ironton covered like a glove, I'm telling you. Shannon and Joseph, we're so lucky to have them.
And you got a good weather day today. Couldn't ask for much better. All right, thanks, Joseph. Thanks, Shannon. Appreciate you guys. All right, you too.
Yep.
You walked by earlier and you didn't look our way, and I said I thought we were close personal friends. I thought we were close, so I just want you to know we're close personal friends. Okay? All right, brother.
Abbott Home Care.
Now you're going to be all over TV, and they're going to be like, "Who the heck's that guy?"
Who's that guy? Who's that? What guy?
But Tony said it right.
He did.
Not a face for TV.
Tony told the truth. He always does. Yep. I tell you, that man is brilliant when it comes to the science of weather. He really is.
Yeah.
And he goes to every parade. I mean, I don't know if no matter where the parade is, Tony goes.
He was in Grayson Saturday doing the
Memory Days.
Memory Days. That's right. Yeah.
Harmon's Honda.
Our friends from Walk FM.
God's Grace for America. That is a colorful vehicle. I really like that.
That's called a wrap. How are you?
So, you know, not just these pageant queens wave, but you have to do the elbow, wrist, twist yourself. Everybody's like, "Hi, JB," and you're having to wave, you know.
Yeah.
Remember elbow, wrist,
Yeah,
twist?
I'm going to have to go to the chiropractor tomorrow,
Yeah.
probably.
Memorial Methodist Church of Cold Grove.
You're going to have to go for pleurisy, and I'm going to
Yeah,
have
I
to
am.
go
That's
for
true.
waving.
Got a bubble machine here. That's really cool.
We could probably get you one of those.
Yeah. The wind blowing it all in that direction.
You know, that's why
They're squirting too.
that's why they made Amazon. You can pick those products
Right.
up.
By the way, and then I don't know if we mentioned House of Grace that went by in Gerardo, Rico Suave.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
right.
lovely.
As the pastor there.
A&L Home Care. And all the sales at the retail outlets going up for anything red, white, and blue this time of year.
Yep.
Troop 5198, Girl Scouts.
Okay.
I think this is the most candy I've ever seen too, thrown on the floor, on the
I know. Look at all that. I mean,
ground there.
you can see that in the camera shot.
A lot of candy.
But I got mine. I got my cow
you
tail.
Those are great.
Cowtail, yeah.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And you already ate a cracker?
Yeah, I'm thinking about diving into yours.
I didn't even see you do that.
Yeah.
You must have inhaled
I didn't
that.
want to do the peanuts because I knew they'd make a mess.
Rock Kent Church, established 1866, the oldest running church in Lawrence County. 1866, that's a long time.
If you'd have brought a vacuum today, Jason, got a vacuum, we could have sucked all this extra candy up. Look at that, dum-dums and everything.
NECO. We're also seeing PALS providing adult day services for individuals with developmental disabilities, providing physical assistance and living skills. That's what PALS stands for, through programs such as vocab, advocacy groups, and community involvement. March the 4th, individuals went to the state capitol to meet with legislators and senators to advocate for issues and needs of individuals with disabilities, giving presentations and a voice to those who sometimes can't speak up. PALS, Adult Day Services, part of this year's parade, 157th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade.
Got a man wearing a firecracker suit. This, I believe, might fit you, Jason.
I think it would. Yeah. And somebody's the president. That's the president of PALS. That's what it is. Yeah, those are really neat costumes.
We talk about all the candy that gets thrown out here, and the kids, by the time they make the turn, they're out of candy.
Oh, yeah.
I may break down and have a dum-dum sucker here in a minute.
What folks don't realize is that the parade is, well, a lot of people do, but the parade is 2 miles in length, so you have to have 2 miles of candy.
Right.
And you can tell 7-year-olds, okay, you have to pace yourself, and it's, how much can I put in my hand and throw it one time?
Yeah.
If they run out, they could just come and collect what they threw before and start giving it out.
That's why they weren't giving it to us, see, so they were trying to make...
That's very moving.
You're getting more down.
There's some big ones out front of you.
Bigger ones down there. If you could go on down and get those bigger.
Trinity Assembly of God in Cold Grove. God's Grace for America.
Not a fan of the water, though.
Lawrence County Recovery and Wellness.
More candy.
I thought she was going to throw that whole bag of candy our way.
Well, they threw it to the smokers and they weren't interested.
That's true. Well, one hand's holding a purse and the other one a cigarette, so. Oh, shoot.
Oh, the things that make you go,
Oh, that's true. And that's a wrap for the 6th Division. We're in the Division 7. Tony Howard, the division commander, and the Green High School Marching Band. They sound great.
Green Bobcats.
They do.
The Advance America vehicle, John Warnock and Philip Claxon, their vintage tractors coming up.
At Green High School Marching Band percussion, they sound pretty awesome. Remind me next year, I've got a really high-powered fan that blow these people away. We could just put it out here in front. And not only the smoke goes away, but the smokers too. Oh, shoot.
I think you're going to be okay for a few minutes. They apparently have found some candy.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Maybe that Tootsie Roll will stick, you know, and be able to open the mouth.
With Jason Toy, I'm J.B. Miller and Terry Hapney with today's Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade in downtown Ironton, Ohio. Our 27th year of broadcasting.
27.
Unfortunately, we didn't make it to the live.
You remember the first year we were clear down there at the old cable building when we could see Long John Silver's and we could see the gas prices. We need to go back and look at a VHS tape and see what the gas prices were back in 1998. That'd be interesting.
I told you that every year that's your purpose is to make a collage of 27 years of pictures.
27 years.
You work too much.
I do.
You need to pause.
I do.
You need to pause and make a collage.
That's very true.
I couldn't decide whether to wear shorts or long pants today, so I had to go in and look at some of the past parades to see what I had worn. And I realized that over the past few years it had been long pants. So.
I'm saying, do you document like the parade? Okay, it was 70 degrees for this one. It was 80 on this one.
No, don't do a documentation. But I could never. I always have to decide. It's like we all do. You have to decide what to wear. You know, your mother's not there to lay your clothes out in the morning. You know, so.
Restoring Hope Recovery.
We want to thank the Shakery for serving as a sponsor of this year's parade webcast. Shakery serving classic eats and summer treats, foot-long hot dogs with homemade sauce, fresh patty burgers, hand-spun shakes, flurries, and more. The Shakery operates in Ironton across from Ohio University on Liberty Avenue and in South Point, formerly the Snack Shack. The Shakery Strawberry Shortcake is back for the summer. I've had that. Have you had that? It's really good. Strawberry Shortcake. You need to try it. Visit the Shakery of Ironton today after the parade for your favorite summer treats. They're open till 4 o'clock in Ironton today. Level up your cookouts with the Shakery's hot dog sauce to go. I didn't know you could buy it to go. That's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. Did you know the Shakery serves breakfast every day, 10:30 a.m. until 10:30 a.m.?
You realize on the way from the parade today, you could have stopped and got the hot dog sauce, and then Jolene Hall would have not been able. Jolinda, I'm sorry, would not have been able to cook all day. She could have just put the
I'm
hot
gonna start calling her Jolene. The Shakery of Ironton is now serving Smurf soft serve. Want to skip the wait? Well, you can order online, theshakery.com. Try the Shakery's quarter-pound hand-patted button popper burger for lunch today.
Delicious. Delicious, delicious. Iron Diner, which, by the way, is just to my right, where we are broadcasting here from the city building. They're located just inside the city building to the right. And if you're looking for a quaint little restaurant, this would be the one.
We'd love to have a pig iron burger right now.
Right inside that door. Unfortunately, not open today. But they are open Monday through Friday from 7 to 2, which means they're serving breakfast at the Ironton building, and they have Reuben sandwiches for lunch. They put it on marbled rye. They also have Jason, for you, the pig iron burger.
All right.
That's cheese and bacon on a brioche bun and a club melt on Texas toast at the Iron Diner here in downtown Ironton.
Well, we got the guy in River Cloggers here. They're slowing the pace up a little bit, though. That's the thing. And clogging's not like moving forward. It's kind of standing still type thing, right?
Have you ever been in a situation where somebody has asked you to clog?
No, I'm good.
You know what we would normally do? We need to pay tribute to his memory because he was such a great neighbor to you and great neighbor to me, and also a fellow church member. When we used to go to church, we would say, this is where we would say, we want to see Phil Alfrey clogging.
Yeah.
You got to pay tribute to Phil Alfrey's memory. A good man.
Yeah.
These folks are going to be worn out by the time they get to the end of this thing, aren't they?
You would say that all the time. You know, back handsprings.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's a blast from the past.
27 years. 27, right?
27. Yeah.
2 miles of clogging and a good nap by about 2 o'clock.
Yeah. I tell you, with the blue sky and the breeze with the American flags, that's just a beautiful, beautiful shot.
Southern Hope Recovery Center.
And I can already hear the Dawson Bryant High School band off in the distance.
Division 8 coming up.
Beautiful day for a parade in downtown Ironton, Ohio. With Jason Toy and Terry Hapney, I'm J.B. Miller for yet another year and another a no-rain day. And I do not recall in the 27 years of doing this that we have accepted rainfall.
I don't think so.
Seems that we have always dodged the rain.
So 28th is going to be interesting now that you just jinxed the whole thing.
Yeah,
So good job.
We've done 2 jinxes.
Well, I was going to knock on wood, but we have a plastic table.
That's true.
Not going to work either.
The floor of this is wood.
But see, 27 for you guys. I think it's what, 11 for me, man?
Yeah, I was thinking 10 or 11.
10 or 11, yeah.
Yep.
Well,
I'm glad you guys accepted me to be a part of it.
It was all that begging that you did over the years. We finally had to let you in.
He felt sorry for you.
I said, "Oh Lord, that Jason Toy's calling again."
I thought you meant you were begging him. That's what I was thinking.
No,
come and help us.
No. Phone always ringing. Hey, you need me for the parade? Need me for the parade?
Scott Evans is the division commander, and we'll take a listen to the Dawson Bryant High School marching band from Colgrove, the Band of Pride. Great sound there from Dawson Bryant High School marching band.
And the leader is walking the entire route backwards. That's talent right there.
Doesn't it?
That's talent.
It sure does.
Division's getting a little bit shorter here on this one, and Genesis Home Health Care coming up here in just a bit.
That makes me want to belt into my country, 'tis of thee.
Makes you what?
Want to belt into my country, 'tis of thee.
Yes, exactly.
Here's the Scouts, Troop 106, Pack 106. 95 years of Troop 106. There's Dr. David.
Hey, how are you, Mr. Lucas? Good? Hang on, let's see if I can get over here. You doing all right here? You guys got the whole troops together? You got a lot of stuff to clean up afterwards, I know that.
It's going to be a mess, but it's worth it all. This is the moment to remember all of those servants who have worked for us in military, died and gone on. This is their moment.
We're thinking record year this year with the size of this crowd already. You guys got a long way to go.
Yeah, we do, and this is one of the longest parades I've been, but I'm going to tell you, I say this every year, I've never seen the crowd this deep all the way through. No break in the action, 6, 8, 10, 12 people deep all the way through. Unbelievable.
All right, you guys have fun. Appreciate you. God bless you all, too. Whoop.
Great to see Dr. Dave Lucas out and about. I know he's been in the hospital and had some heart surgery.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got the good seat, though. Right along.
This is probably the first time he has ridden in a while.
I bet it is, because he's always walked it. Yeah. God's Grace for America, 95 years of scouting. So 157 years of the parade, and 95 of that, the Scouts have been in existence. You think of 95 years being a long time, but then you look, the parade's 157.
Wow.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
By the way, obviously when we get to next big holiday, July 4th, 250th anniversary coming up.
Yes.
Also this summer, the 250th birthday for the United States Army. Hey, we just got bombarded by guns. There's your double bubble right there, JB.
Right. Oh my God. Like
that landed with a thud, didn't it?
Like fire.
We've been hit with water and hit with candy today. There's a Frisbee. Think we can catch that? Yeah. That is First Baptist Church of Chesapeake. Again, some of these entries we have information on, others we don't. So we do want to try to give a nod to each one we can.
And we do want to remind you once again that there is a lot of people participating today that we do not have any information
on. That's right. Yep. What is that?
What'd you give me that? That's round lip moisturizer.
There you go.
Huh.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
And you got sunscreen or hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer for Terry Hapney.
Yeah, very, very good.
He's the only guy I know that still uses that.
I can put that on my key ring. That's
COVID ended, and he's still hand sanitizer.
Genesis.
Well, they probably bought a whole bunch of it. They got to clean out the warehouse.
Clean it out.
Got the wrestling guys again coming up here.
This could be your opportunity once again.
I think you have some competition walking towards us here right now, JB.
How tall is that guy? What do you want to get? We'll ask him as he comes by. What do you want to say?
He's got to be 7.
Is he 7 feet tall?
I think he's 7.
Is that easy? 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to know.
Yeah, let's check it out and see.
7-1. I'm going with 7-1.
Yeah, that's
7-1.
Yep.
All right, we're trying to get prediction. How tall are you?
7'6".
7'6".
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Voodoo.
Got a little voodoo right there.
Roof Max.
7'6", Jamie. Does that intimidate you a little bit since you're 6'8"?
You're not picking him up in a Volkswagen.
No, you're not.
Sounds like he's starting to get a little angry.
Yep.
Carry on if you're interested.
He kind of reminded me of Mr. T when he said the fool.
I don't know if you're interested or not, but we got some lip moisturizer.
Balm. Yep. I tell you, between the cigarette smoke and the water, I may need to moisturize while I'm at it. Oh shoot!
Poor Terry.
You know, my fifth grade teacher used to always say, "You may as well laugh as cry." Right?
I guess so.
Yep.
I guess
we're
so.
in the 9th division now.
So we've, we started 10 a.m.
Yep.
We're starting to approach the 12 o'clock hour.
Yep.
So getting there and getting to the back end of the parade.
I'll be at the Shakery by 12:15.
Dave Bruce is the division commander. And we have Harless Towing, as well as Cogan's Wrecker Service, C.J. Hughes Construction, the Maniacs Car Club coming up here in a moment. Then we get into the horses in the 10th and final division.
Oh, we don't have to hear that horse story again, do we?
Marching behind the horses. I said it gave new meaning to Paul Simon slip sliding away with the Oak Ridge boys backing him up.
Yeah, you should have saved the shoes that you wore to those parades.
Those white band shoes that we had to paint black on the bottom.
Wow.
Yep. With shoe polish. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Be Hope Church, Cub Scout Pack 106, Troop 106, the Shakery, and the Iron Diner, all sponsors of the 157th Ironton-Lawrence County Memorial Day Parade. God's Grace for America, the theme. Well, those wheels on that Corvette are shiny.
Yeah, they definitely are.
What does that say? What are you putting on my shirt? Harless Towing, South Point, Ohio.
Oh, don't do that.
Yep.
I can't reach that.
Well, that's the point. See, everybody's going to see that.
I don't want that there. Please take it off. I'll forget. And people, it'll be so
I hope that
embarrassing.
sticks really hard there, so when you yank it off. Oh, shoot. Really nice vehicles.
I'm just glad we have a good time when we do this.
I am too. And that's it for the 9th division. We're in the 10th and final division. Dave Bruce, the division commander. Again, the horse entries, which again they're few but mighty too. I like that. Yeah.
Got the air lifts in them in the S10. Velvet interior across the dash. How about that? That's what you need, JB.
Yeah. See, my daughter's gonna like some of this candy. Every year she said, "Did you get candy? Did you get candy?"
Who said we were giving you any of it? Oh my God! A banana peel.
Got it?
Man comes with his own coffee, his own bananas, his own hand sanitizer. He's taking all the peanuts.
I'm not taking all of it. There are 3 bags left. Oh shoot! And see, Ann's gonna say, "Do you have any suckers?" And I'm gonna say, "I've got all kinds of them."
I don't. You know, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get back in that Adirondack chair.
And got your snack for the way home there, Jason.
Yeah,
He's already eaten his, so watch out. He'll take yours too. So you might want to warn everybody at the station what's to come. Him stealing their candy.
I just hope that current coffee pot got clean.
Actually, it did. It's ready to roll. Ready to roll.
Right?
So there you go. Guys, it's been great as always. It's been fun. Had a great one.
It has been
Beautiful day. Couldn't ask for much better.
Yep. Always a joy.
We appreciate you watching the parade this year. We apologize for not having a live feed this year. We'll probably also apologize for the feed that you got instead of us. But we'll hope that next year is back to live, and have a great rest of your holiday weekend.
And be sure and share the video with those on your social media platforms.
Yep.
Facebook and Instagram.
For Terry Hapney, I'm J.B. Miller, and right there is Jason Toy. We'll see you around town.
God bless you.
Have a great day.